Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this article in regards to these severe storms that have been focusing on the central and eastern U.S. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you are edified. It says severe thunderstorms packing damaging wind gusts, hail, and localized flash flooding will stretch from Texas to New England through late week, including major travel hubs along the Interstate 95 corridor. The threat of dangerous storms will be lower than the outbreak from Sunday into Monday, but they could still damage property and crops and result in regional power outages. It says on Wednesday and Wednesday night, two main areas of severe weather are likely. From New England to the mid-Atlantic, thunderstorms are likely along the Interstate 95 corridor, including Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Richmond, Virginia. Some severe thunderstorms may also extend southwestward into the Interstate 81 corridor of Virginia and central and eastern Tennessee. The primary threats in this 1,000-mile-long zone will be damaging wind gusts and hail. Downpours may also trigger localized flash flooding, but the rainfall could also provide some drought relief. Farther to the southwest, another pocket of severe thunderstorms is forecast in West Texas and eastern New Mexico. Storms in this region may impact Amarillo, Lubbock, and Odessa, Texas, along with Tucumcari and Roswell, New Mexico, with golf ball to baseball sized hail, wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour, and flooding downpours. The AccuWeather local storm max wind gust in this sector on Wednesday is 85 miles per hour. On Thursday, the greatest risk of severe weather will extend from central Texas and Oklahoma to central Arkansas, much of Louisiana, and western Mississippi. The primary threat Thursday will be from flash flooding. A few storms may bring wind gusts of 50 to 60 mph. The AccuWeather local storm max is 70 miles per hour. The risk of severe weather will be renewed across parts of the plains Friday, spanning from southeastern Colorado and northeastern New Mexico through western Oklahoma. The storms in this region will bring hail, downpours, and wind gusts of 60 to 70 mph. The AccuWeather local storm max wind gust is 85 mph. Salakia for the pauses, keep having hair in my mouth. Says looking ahead to Memorial Day weekend, thunderstorms may spread from Alabama and Georgia to the Carolinas, where rainfall could help ease areas of severe to exceptional drought, provided the storms do not disrupt outdoor plans. The main corridor of repeated downpours from midweek into the weekend is expected to extend from Texas and Louisiana to Kentucky. Rainfall totals from 1 to 4 inches may be high enough over a few hours to several days to trigger flash flooding in urban areas and along small streams. Yep, so through the Spirit, like I've been saying, these storms, these severe storms, we're going to intensify, and that's what's happening. There's also, like you see in the red, a heat advisory. So, people might be, catching, like sunstroke. There's going to be heat waves, there's going to be hailstorms, there's going to be rain, there's going to be powerful, damaging wind gusts, there's going to be tornadoes. Yeah, it's going to get bad this summer. Isaiah 29:6, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And according to that article, there's going to be a lot of storms, a lot of rain, hail, and damaging winds. Maybe tornadoes as well. Flash flooding, power outages. Yeah, it's going to be bad, when the Lord really starts unleashing these storms and tempests. Isaiah 28:2, Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And according to that article, there's going to be some hail, some powerful wind gusts from 60 to 85 miles per hour. The torrential rains could result in flooding, from these lakes and streams and rivers. There could be power outages. Trees can get knocked over onto the roads, onto people's cars, onto people's homes. It's not a joke. A lot of people, as I've said in a previous lesson, a lot of people are thinking about all their summer plans and where they're going to go and what they're going to do. And they're going to be hanging out here and hanging out there and having barbecues and cookouts and all of this. And the Lord's going to be shutting all of that down with his storms and tempests. Psalms 11:6, Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent, windy storm, such as hurricanes or tornadoes. And in certain parts of the U.S., they are known for experiencing a lot of tornadoes. And this summer is going to be no exception to that. Psalms 83:14, As the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And that's exactly what the Lord is gearing up to do. Persecute these different areas with his tempest, and make the people within these areas afraid with his storm, with the thunder, with the lightning, with the hail, with the rain, with the powerful winds. See, those of us of the hopeful elect, we already know that we're living in the last days. We know that all these workings of the Lord are going to get worse. They're going to get more damaging, more destructive, more intense, more deadly. But these simple-minded people, they don't think like that. All they want to do is party all the time. Just be as folly-filled and wicked as they can be. And that's why a lot more of these people are going to continue to get caught up in these judgments, because they're never going to see it coming. But those of us of the hopeful elect, however, through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we have been blessed with the ability to foresee the evil and hide ourselves. So that's what we're going to continue to do, is see what's happening and hide ourselves under the Lord's hedge of protection. While the rest of these people continue to just play around, and then they get hurt, if not killed, when the Lord pours out his wrath upon them. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere Akwath, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathen. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.